In this video, I'm talking about the 6 quotes from Uncle Iroh that changed my life forever. So, stick around. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, then welcome to my channel. My name is Jackson Jardins. I'm an ACE certified personal trainer. I've personally lost 80 plus pounds, almost 100 pounds, guys. I'm here to help you do the exact same thing. But more so than weight loss, guys, I'm here to help you improve your quality of life. I want to help you with your own personal development, share some wisdom that I've learned over the years with you. I'd love to get to know you a little better, so be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you are not subscribed already. I think we can become good friends. I really do. I am at my parents' house. Chloe is actually here with me back there. She's working with my mother. They're doing my mom's professional photos. She's like into the same stuff that I'm into, but like I'm helping people reach their goals with weight loss and personal development. My mother does the same exact thing. We have a lot of similar backgrounds as far as our purpose and what we're doing to serve others. So we've got the setup here. Look at these veggies and the fruit. It's gonna be a good time. You gonna be in the shot, Kim? No? You excited,
We
Chloe?
like colorful.
Are you excited?
Let's do then.
All right, so since they're doing their photo shoot, I'm gonna talk to you guys upstairs. Shit. Alright guys, so it likely doesn't come to a surprise that I am a serious fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like one of my favorite shows, but recently I watched the show again like the full way through, and with the characters in this show, there's so much wisdom to be gathered, but more than any other character is by far Uncle Iroh. So to those of you who don't know, Uncle Iroh is like a figurehead of Avatar. He's like one of everyone's favorite characters in the entire show, and it's because he's so chock full of wisdom. But as far as what I'm interested in and what value I want to bring to you is all around personal development, because that's really my passion, not just weight loss. So in this video, I want to go over the 6 quotes from Uncle Iroh that absolutely changed my entire life and just my entire outlook on living in general. And before we dive into some Uncle Iroh wisdom, I want to share a little bit of personal wisdom with you this morning. So if you're a coffee drinker like me and you also struggle on hitting your protein targets for the day, what I will do is I will pour 1 scoop of protein in with my black coffee. Depending on the flavor, it's really good. Choose the right flavor. If there's a mocha coffee flavor, or if there's like a chocolate or vanilla, try that because that's awesome. But you pick the right flavor, you dump 1 scoop into your coffee, your black coffee, and you shake it up just like a protein shake, and boom. Now if you use chocolate protein powder, you've got a mocha coffee right there. If you use vanilla, you might get like a French vanilla kind of taste, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, if you are going to use protein to do this, which I highly recommend that you do, then I encourage you to go ahead and head over to Transparent Labs and be sure to use code Jackson at checkout. Save yourself 10% and support your boy. I appreciate you, and I want to see all of you get some gains and enjoy what might have been a bland, bleak coffee to now being an absolutely fuego experience. So on that note, let's get started. All right, guys, the first Uncle Iroh quote that changed my life forever is, "Failure is only the opportunity to begin again." So to those of you who've seen the show, you'll know that Uncle Iroh was a part of the Fire Nation, aka the bad guys, who basically decimated the planet trying to like take over the world type thing. He made some bad decisions in his past leading the destructive path of the Fire Nation, and he doesn't dwell on it anymore. He knows that it was a mistake and he doesn't dwell on the past. Now, how this applies to me and you is, especially in weight loss, which is a big part of my channel, is I don't want your past to limit your future, okay? That's kind of what I took away from this, is don't let your past limit your future. I don't care how many times you failed trying to lose weight. I don't care how many times you've made some terrible mistakes and let down some people. I don't care what you've done. If you dwell on it and you associate that as part of your identity, it's gonna make you ultimately unhappy in the end. So I like to say, if you're stressed, you're living in the future. If you're depressed, you're living in the past. And if you're at peace, you're living in the moment. And that's really what I take away from this Uncle Iroh quote, because it'll never do you any good staying in the past and staying on all the negative things that ever happened to you. So try to not dwell on the past, and try not to be so focused on so far in the future, but do not let your past limit your future. And let's remember to try to be present each and every day, because this day could very well be your last. All right, guys, quote number 2 from Uncle Iroh that changed my life. And yes, I am sitting on a treadmill, just in case you were curious. But quote number 2 is going to be, "Sometimes the best way to solve your own problems is to help someone else." So guys, I really try to live by this one, especially because, you know, just losing the weight may have changed my life, but I still didn't have the purpose that I desired from the experience, which is why I got on YouTube in the first place. I wanted to help you, and as I hope all of you know, I am genuinely here for you guys. I want you to do well in every area, not just weight loss, because guys, I've made so many realizations and big mental moves in my mind from talking things out with my girlfriend Chloe and helping her reach her fitness goals, and also from helping you guys. Like, I really am here for you. I want you to know that. But the reason that this quote is so important to me is the last step in the Alcohol Anonymous program, the AA program. The last step is the most important, and it shows that if people don't complete this last step, then they're so much more likely to fall victim back to their alcohol addiction. So this last step is just helping someone break their alcohol addiction. Okay, so this applies to so many things in life, because just like in school, when you're teaching something to somebody else, when you're studying for an exam and you're helping people study and you're teaching them things, that's gonna help you learn and retain that information, and you're gonna learn more about that topic than you did before you explained it to them. So not only will you get this sense of like just joy and altruism from helping another person, but it will also help you make some amazing realizations and get farther on your journey. And the amount of purpose behind doing that, and even behind what I do with you guys, is absolutely monumental. Like, my life is so much better because I get messages from you guys and comments from you guys every single day about how I'm helping you. And that's why I'm here, guys. That's why I'm on this planet, is to help and serve other people as much as I can, and especially my YouTube fan, because you guys are my OGs and you know it. You know, they say success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. If you make millions but you haven't really truly helped anybody using your own set of skills and in a fulfilled way, you're gonna be successful to other people's standards, but you might not truly be happy. So the amount of fulfillment that you can find and the amount of success that you can find through helping somebody else is going to be massive. Because it's true, sometimes the best way to solve your own internal problem, your own addiction, your own issues, is helping somebody else solve theirs. Because you're able to be actually empathetic with them and understand where they're coming from, and just be able to find the massive amount of fulfillment that comes along with helping somebody, but also helping yourself in the process. So to quote the great Tim the Tap Man, go tell somebody you love them, and be sure to help anyone you can with the issue that you may be facing. In my case, it was just weight loss for a long time. All right, guys, Uncle Iroh quote number 3 that changed my life is going to be, good times become good memories, but bad times make good lessons. So I like to live by a saying that diamonds are formed under pressure. So you're only gonna really grow from the things that were tough. So we all have good memories. We all have things that, you know, we think back to and then we just really enjoyed ourselves. But there's also the bad times. And what Iroh's saying is that just because it was a bad time doesn't mean that there isn't a lesson behind it. Because I can tell you that when I was overweight and when I was struggling and when I had a 1.6 GPA in school, I was really low and it sucked, and I hate to like put myself back there. But guys, I learned so many lessons throughout that entire process, and it made me who I am. Bad things happen. Bad things are gonna happen. And it's up to you to either go through it pessimistically and just say, oh, woe is me, or this shit only happens to me, or you can grow through it and say, where's the lesson in this? And it can make you a better person. Because I want you to picture something for me, okay? This is a $100 bill, okay? This is a $100 bill. Now, if I were to give this crisp $100 bill to you right now, and I was like, here you go, here's $100, you'd probably take it, right? Okay, so what if I like, all right, now it's all crumpled up and like nasty and not, it's got all these crinkles in it. It's just bad, right? Would you still take the $100 bill? My bet would be yes. I'm sure you would still take this $100 bill because it's still worth the same exact amount, even though it's been through the atrocities of my hand when I was crumpling it up, okay? This $100 bill is still worth just as much as it was before the tragedy of my crumbling hands came to it. Your life is the exact same way, okay? So try to take the lessons. We've all been through stuff, guys. We've all got things that have affected us negatively, but it's so important to take the lessons from it so you don't just go through it, but you grow through it. You're not gonna be made by all the easy things that you go through. You, my friend, are gonna be made by all the hard things that you go through. All you guys are like, man, he's loaded, he's got a $100 bill. Yeah, it's the only $100 bill I had, so. This is how committed I am to you. This is how committed I am to this channel. I'm willing to crumple up the only $100 bill in my wallet for you guys. Like and subscribe. All right, guys, Uncle Iroh quote number 4 that changed my life. And guys, this is a good one. It's important to draw wisdom from many different places. If you draw wisdom from only one place, then it becomes rigid and stale. If we draw wisdom from many places, then it makes us whole, okay? Because it gives us a whole understanding of why we believe what we believe. So in the show Avatar, this was really important because there were 4 nations. There was the earth, water, fire, and air. And they all had different core beliefs. They all had different cultures around them. So this was super important as Iroh was explaining it to his nephew Zuko, which was kind of the antagonist of the entire show, but he ends up being the good guy. Sorry, spoilers. I assume you've seen the show if you're watching this video. Otherwise, I'd be spoiling all these awesome quotes. One thing that I try to live by is seek to understand and then to be understood. So in other words, if we're only drawing wisdom from one place, one political party, one religion, if we only draw wisdom from what's familiar to us or what we were raised to believe, then our beliefs become pretty rigid and stale. So understanding this quote, we can apply that I want to try to learn from everyone I come into contact with. I consider myself a forever student. I have something to learn from each and every single one of you. And when you have this mindset, you start to not compare yourself to everybody, because like I've said in the past, it's like when I have something to learn from everybody, I'm not comparing myself to anybody. I'm trying to build my best self, my super Jackson, and in doing that, it requires me to learn from everybody else because other people have mastered things that I haven't mastered. You know, I may have mastered my weight loss and my fitness per se, but like I haven't necessarily mastered several elements of my life. Like right now, I'm learning about business and finance. I'm reading a ton of books on it. I'm learning from mentors. Like that's something I want to get into. But if I only take that wisdom from one place, that's going to limit my scope of understanding of life in general. Just remember to seek to understand first and then to be understood, because I think that's a lot of what the world is lacking right now, especially in America. And always be a forever student. You have got something to learn from everyone. So stop comparing your chapter 3 to somebody else's chapter 20 and learn from them instead. All right, guys, we're getting to the last 2 quotes here, and these are 2 of the most important quotes of this entire video, so do stick around. And quote number 5 is, it's time for you to look inward and start asking yourself the big question. Who are you and what do you want? So without getting too complicated, this scene in Avatar when Iroh says this to Zuko, remember he's the antagonist technically of the show, and he keeps telling Iroh, he's like, this is my destiny, I know my destiny. And Iroh asks him, he's like, is this your destiny or is this the destiny that somebody else created for you? I think in life, we're so limited by those around us because our lives are expected to look very closely similar to theirs. And a lot of the time I think that other people define our own destiny. So it's like somebody else has decided what your destiny is supposed to be. A lot of the time it's our parents. A lot of the time it's your friends closest to you, because you are who you hang with. For the love of God, please understand that. Who are you? And what do you want to be? It's time to be selfish a little bit. You need to be honest with yourself. If your entire family is accountants and you don't want to be an accountant, don't be an accountant. There's so many different paths of life that we can take, and so many of us are limited by what's familiar to us or what other people have told us is possible. So I encourage you to get out of your comfort zone. Go fail a bunch of times. Do you know how long it took me to lose weight? 4 years of failure. Okay, you know how many businesses that most entrepreneurs start before they find success? Quite a few. Okay, so stop letting those around you limit your future and really make your own destiny, because what's important to you is important to you, and you shouldn't ignore it, and you shouldn't feel like it shouldn't be important to you, okay? You've got values, you've got dreams, and I don't want you to limit what you're capable of because those around you are closed-minded and don't want to pursue their dreams at the risk of failing. All right, guys, we have made it to quote number 6. It is by far my absolute favorite of this entire video, so please take this one seriously. This one changed my life more than any of the other quotes. Pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame. When we have so much pride about ourselves, that tells us that we're insecure, and that tells us that our success is dependent upon other people, and we have to prove ourselves to others. It goes back to my definition of confidence versus arrogance. An arrogant person wants you to believe that they're awesome, but they don't truly believe it. A truly confident person wants to be successful and wants to see you be successful. They're so confident in themselves that they don't compare themselves to you. When you have so much pride, you're not willing to put forth your shortcomings. Guys, if there's one thing that I've done on this channel, I have no problem admitting to you my shortcomings, because I want you to know I'm not perfect. I want you to know I struggle just like you. What Iroh's saying here is the only true way to address your shame is by becoming humble and facing your humility. Because if you lack humility, that's what being prideful is. When you're prideful, you put yourself above other people. and no one's better than anyone else. That's just an illusion. You might think somebody is better than you, but nobody's better than anyone. Like I said, you've got something to learn from everybody. Somebody brings something else to the table in every circumstance. The amount of times I met guys in college who they would hear like the weird kid, the unpopular kid, the guy not in a fraternity kid say a joke and then not laugh because they're like, no, he's not worth laughing at. Your pride is way up here, you motherfucker, and you better just drop that shit because you are gonna be miserable and your entire life is gonna be fake if you don't drop your pride and embrace the humility. It was funny, laugh at it. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you, and I hope that I was able to kind of just display some of Iroh's wisdom for you, because that's a great show. If you haven't watched Avatar, definitely go check it out. It's awesome. The entire show is awesome. There's so many more lessons than just the ones that I've gone over here. But try to use some of these principles in your everyday life, because it will not only bring you more happiness, but also more fulfillment, which is all what I'm about on this channel. I want to see you guys succeed. So if you are new here, then be sure to subscribe down below. And if you're a returning subscriber, then you guys know I love you. Guys, I'm going to keep you updated on the grind that I've been going through recently, but I am working on something big. I keep telling you about it. I got to keep hyping it up, but I can't tell you exactly what it's going to be until maybe the next 2 weeks or so. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted, but as always, you guys know I appreciate every single one of you. And as always, let's keep getting better together and let's keep on grinding. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.